this vision of creating a financial hub out of Lagos through myekoatlantic, how long is it going to take you to realize this dream?
Well, actually, we've already started. The land is already there. The designs for some of the early buildings are already well advanced. And we expect the foundations to commence this year.
Now, let's talk about what goes into it. I mean, I read about it and it looks a little bit like Dubai, this whole idea of reclaiming land from the sea. We're talking about 9 million square meters of reclamation. How big an engineering challenge is this for you?
Well, first and foremost, it's a reclamation project. We're actually restoring land that has been lost to erosion over the past 105 years. The sand filling part of the operation is a fairly straightforward endeavor. You just dredge sand from high sea, you bring it inside and you pump it to shore. The protective seawall, however, is more of an engineering challenge, and that required a lot of research and design and tweaking of the design until finally we got a design that we were happy with. It was tested in a laboratory in Copenhagen and passed the test with flying colors.
Now, let's talk about financing this project. I mean, it's purely private sector financed with a mix of syndicated loans and private equity. How much of the project has already been sold? At what premium? How many more investors can still come in?
We have sold to date approximately 14% of the entire area, and prices ranged according to location from $825 per square meter up to $1,660 per square meter.
Have you considered the limitations? And I'm talking here about infrastructure challenges in Lagos, Nigeria. It's an overcrowded city. There's scarcity of water, for instance, of real estate. I suppose that's why you're doing this project. Electricity remains a problem. Transportation remains a problem.
Well, this is why this project is so unique and in great demand, because all of those problems you've just listed will be solved in myekoatlantic. We are providing our own generating plant. We will supply power via underground cable. We will uptake water. We will treat it. We will pump it to the various buildings. We will have our own sewage network, which will be, would feed a sewage treatment plant. And we will have a fiber optic network servicing the entire city, which is of particular interest to the financial institutions, as it will really improve the performance of their operations.
How are you working with broader programs of the Lagos state government, for instance? We know that Governor Fashola has an aggressive program to turn Lagos into a mega city. He's introduced things like the Lekki concession to introduce new bridges and transport nodes into Lagos. How are you offering broader solutions beyond dealing with issues of real estate and property towards the infrastructure of the city in general?
Well, obviously, one of the main advantages of our project is that it will attract a lot of interest from existing companies operating in Nigeria, particularly in the financial sector. And we expect a large number to relocate to myekoatlantic from their existing premises in Victoria Island and Lagos Island and Ikoyi. Now, that in turn will relieve the pressure, particularly traffic movement, on the existing Victoria Island, Lagos, Ikoyi, which can be quite horrendous at times. And the governor has intimated that he would like to restore Victoria Island in particular to its original, primarily residential complex.
The environmental impact, I know you've been doing feasibility studies in terms of marine preservation, probably employing renewable energy strategies, protecting citizens from an encroaching sea.
Well, all that has been processed through the Lagos State Ministry of Environment and also the Federal Ministry of Environment, and we are fully compliant with all their requirements, and it's an ongoing process obviously, but so far it's gone very well.
Okay, and broader additional advantages of Eco-Atlantic City in terms of offsets and spin-offs for other industries that may grow alongside this particular property development?
Well, we're particularly excited about the possibilities for recreation. One of the main features of the project is a 12-metre wide promenade which runs the entire length of the seawall, or the revetment as we call it. This will open up a magnitude of recreational outlets, obviously jogging, skateboarding. There's even possibility to introduce some artificial beaches where beach volleyball, beach football, that kind of thing can carry on. And we believe this will be a really main feature within the city itself.